Okay, so we've got the internal angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. I'm gonna talk about another thing which looks a bit peculiar, but we're gonna talk about dropping what? Dropping a perpendicular, which sounds a bit odd. Yeah, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So we've got a triangle here. Oh, one thing I forgot to say is that when I took this triangle and casually said, oh, I put this line horizontal, that's sort of like standard form. Remember when we talk about standard form for triangle, we've got this form here rather than the right angle being in any other kind of place. So that's standard form, that's kind of wrong. I'm trying to put this triangle, you call it a scalene triangle, because it's got no right angles and it's not a special triangle, it's just any old triangle. So I forgot to say that last time. So what I'm going to talk about is dropping a perpendicular. So we get this triangle here. The first thing we do is try and turn it into standard format. So here it is, and we can see it's just any old triangle. Dropping a perpendicular means taking this point here. You talk about dropping a perpendicular from a point. Actually, why don't I label them? I'm going to label that A. I'm going to label that point B. I'm going to label that point C. So dropping a perpendicular, it's easy to draw it. I go just creating a new line to this point here, which I'm going to call D, and I'm going to make sure that's a right angle. So I'm going to say we drop a perpendicular from point B, I guess you could put in quotes, to the line AC. And that just means that we find this point here where it's at right angles. It's like the closest point. I mean, we could try and draw a line over. We could draw a line anywhere, but we choose that particular point that's got this right angle. So it's the closest point along that line to that point. Sometimes you say from B to AC. Sometimes it can screw up. If my triangle, instead of looking like that, looked like this, what were the numbers? Is A, B, C. A, B, C. Well, it's pretty obvious that you can't drop a perpendicular from B to the line AC. So the best that you can do is carry on this line along here, and then you draw this there. So how do you describe that? You'd say that's called dropping. And you see it's dropping because I've written this point above, so we're coming down here. Dropping a perpendicular from B to not AC, because AC only goes from there to there. You say AC produced. And produced means we take this line here and carry it on there as far as we need to drop that perpendicular down there. And you find this in engineering all the time, because right angles are really important in engineering. I'm having an extension built on my house, and I'd be pretty upset if they put joists in that weren't at right angles. So, and quite often they're constructing triangular bits of joinery, but they need to make sure that the right angles where they want them are in fact right angles. So dropping a perpendicular is quite important in practice, certainly when it comes to houses, and I dare say other bits of engineering as well. Right, dropping a perpendicular. I'm going to stop right there.